Hi guys, and welcome to this fundamental Pilates class, where here we will be going through each of the basic exercises that essentially build onto your intermediate and advanced levels. So welcome and enjoy. In Pilates, we prefer the transverse breathing as opposed to diaphragmatic breathing, which is essentially engaging your core and expanding the rib cage. So let's take a moment just to get into our breathing. So hands on your chest. Inhale. Think about the rib cage expanding and the core staying active. And exhale. So just 3 more. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. So let's meet off our mats. Here we will begin with a roll down. So essentially what you're going to do is inhale to prepare. Tuck your chin to chest. Roll over. Arms are active, soft bend in the knees. Crown to the floor. And exhale, stacking the spine. 1 vertebra at a time. Chest, chin, and head comes up last. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, chin to chest, rolling over. Remembering not to hinge but to roll down. Arms are active, touching the floor. Exhale, stacking the spine 1 vertebra at a time. Chest, neck, and head comes up last. So we inhale for the last one. Exhale, chin to chest, rolling over. Soft bend in the knees, arms are active. We're going down. Inhale, exhaling, stacking the spine 1 vertebra at a time. And head up last. We will be beginning this class with a pelvic curl. So lying supine, which is essentially just on your back. Legs come in, not too far, not too close. Arms are active. So we want to think as we lift the pelvis that we're also pulling in the ankles. Although you're not physically pulling in the ankles, that simple mind to body connection is enough to activate the hamstrings. So let's go. Inhale to prepare. Remember, we're not overarching, we're not squishing our spine in, we're in a neutral spine. So inhale and exhale. Tucking, scooping, sending the knees to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, lowering down 1 vertebra at a time and with control. Back to neutral. Let's do 3 more. And exhale, sending the pelvis up, knees stacking. Remember to keep the core engaged, feeling it in your glutes and hamstrings. Exhale, lowering down 1 vertebra at a time and back to neutral. 2 more. Inhale, pelvic scoop, big ice cream scoop, pelvis to ceiling, and inhale, exhale at the top, bringing down 1 vertebra at a time, down with control. last one. Inhale and exhale, lifting, scooping, pelvis is higher than the hips, sending the knees, pulling in the ankles, and lowering down one vertebra at a time with control, and off we go. From this position, we're going to move into spine to supine, which essentially, if you have the space, you can stretch out your arms. If not, you can bring them to a T. We'll be bringing mine to a T. Right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop, making sure that you're again not overarching or squishing. You're still in neutral and you're on that tailbone essentially. So making sure that your legs are at a 90 degrees stacked right above the hip. We're going to do micro twist, sending both legs to one side as though they are a package. Inhale to center, exhale to the right, and inhale to center, exhale to the right, and inhale to center. More. One more. And we're done. Right leg comes down, left leg comes down. Palms or hands to the ceiling, palms facing each other. We're going to interlace, thumbs touch, protecting our neck. Here we don't want our arms spread too wide as though we're relaxing on the beach. We want to see our elbows in our peripheral, but we want those armpits tucked in. And we're going to go into a chest lift. So inhale, and on the exhale we lift. Let's go. More. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. When we stay up and rotate. 2 more. And last one, little extra scoop, and down we go off. Okay, so from here we are going to move into our single leg lift. So right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop, making sure you're stacking 90 degrees, space of a tennis ball, which is basically like a fist. And we're looking for that disassociation from our torso to our legs. Arms are active at our sides, fingers all together, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We change. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we move into our 100 prep. So legs not too close, not too far, to comfortable position. Arms go overhead, palms facing each other. We inhale, chest lift, exhale to return. Here we go. And exhale. And inhale. So inhale at the bottom. Exhale. And inhale. One more. That is tough. Okay. And now we're going to go into our leg circles. So, one leg down, pointed, flexed. We're going to flex this foot to keep us anchored, and you want that elongation in the quad. This leg tabletop, straighten, and when drawing our circles, we're going to go over the midline of our bodies, keeping the circle small because you don't want the torso to be wobbling. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Opposite direction, drop, catch, drop, catch, drop, catch, drop, catch, drop, catch, and 2, and return to the floor. Next foot, and over, 1, 2, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, and exhale, exhale, opposite. Inhale, inhale, and exhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, and exhale, exhale. Return your leg down. From here we're going to sit up on our sit bones. So if you do have a flat back, tight hamstrings, you can modify this exercise with a little bit of a towel. Basically, sitting on the edge of a towel, we're going into roll like a ball. So we assume our ball position, toes pointed, and we are looking at this diamond we're essentially creating. We inhale. Okay, I don't think I need that. So start again and inhale. Exhale. So I am rolling all over the show. Let's just do 2 more. And we're done. So next we're going into spine stretch. So feet are mat distance apart, dorsiflexed, arms parallel to the floor, Nice engaged core, tucked, shoulders out of ears. And here we go. Chin to chest, like you're doing a roll down, except you're leaning over to touch the feet. Inhale at the bottom, and exhale to stack your spine back. Chin to chest, and inhale at the bottom, exhale, and stacking the spine. More. One more. And from here we go on to our side lifts. So the setup is pretty simple, and I'm sure it is also familiar. Rest your head on this arm to support the torso, not squishing flat in there. You want a little bit of sunshine. Bring the legs slightly forward, and we lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll switch over. Same principles apply. Inhale, and lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last but certainly not least, we do a back extension, but currently sharing my mat. So for the back extension, sorry pops. Hey. Back extension, we're on our bellies. Nose hovering, arms active at your side. Inhale to lift. Eye line goes around there, and exhale down. 2, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. We finish off in the rest position. Sitting on your heels, resting. Take a few breaths here. And we come up. And just as we started the class, we will finish with the roll down. So here we go. And exhale, chin to chest, rolling over, soft bend in the knees, crown to the floor, and exhale, restacking the spine. Chest, head comes up last. Inhale, chin to chest, rolling over, soft bend in the knees, crown facing down, active arms chest, last one, rolling over. And active arms, bending the knees. Exhale to restack the spine. And off we go. So let's take a minute to return. Feel how we're feeling. Which part of the workout was tougher, which part was easier, and where we can improve on for our next round. Hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you soon.